And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Grade A Fantasy, looking to attack and to keep going on with the little mini hot streak that's going on the last 2 days. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday. Zucker got pulled down because they put Paterka up, so obviously that combo couldn't work. As we keep going on here, though, another power play correlation of Troy Terry and Ryan Strome. Like I said, with Vetrano, Lancome couldn't get it through. The Gustav Forsing ladder didn't work, but we did get Strome Vetrano on a combo. We did get Troy Terry and Strome as well. I like always fully correlating that line. Then on the power play, like I said in that episode, Nashville has been taking penalties, and one of the first things that happened in that game when they jumped up to that lead, this game was pure ruckus. We got 5-7. Michael Granlund got the power play. Celebrini scored the power play. Eklund got it, and then in that same game, I said sometimes it always happens where one of these guys get left off with 2 points when they go off. This time it was Stamkos, but I singled everybody. Yossi for 2 points. Philip Forsberg and Marshall both got 2 points, so that pairing worked. As you can see, Stamkos didn't get it there. There goes the Marshall for 2 and Philip Forsberg for 2 by himself. So it was definitely a fun day. I already have some bets in. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go right to the show right now. And everybody, today just feels like a weird, ugly playoff day. It's not because it's 4 games. We've cashed well and done some things on small slates. But the matchups and also the way some of these teams are playing into these matchups just don't seem like you're going to get a lot of ruckus like yesterday. And there's not a lot of choices to pick ruckus. So I already started doing research from yesterday. And we'll just start off with the game that everybody finds that is a lot of fun. But here's the thing. The points props, there's no value. Some of the power play points, there are no value really. Mitchell Marner, Matthews, and Nylander are both at 200. I'm surprised they're not under 200 yet. Werenski's also 200. You have to start off with Marchenko and Voronkov. Now, another reason why this game is good, because you hear these two teams. Toronto has ruckus, not the best defensive team. Columbus, also not the best defensive team. They're on the road. They get the last matchups. But what's also tantalizing about this matchup now, just confirmed a little while ago, maybe a couple hours ago, we will be getting third goalie Dennis Hiddleby. Dennis Hiddleby has played in only a few matchups. He only has 6 appearances so far. Even in his wins, he gives up at least 2 or 3. He got blitzed one time against this Columbus Blue Jacket team back on October 22nd. He was at Columbus, got blitzed 6-2. Other than that, though, when he wins, there's never a shutout. When he wins, the game is, he's getting the offensive support 5-2, 5-3. So he's giving up 318. So the combos are viable here. And I'm going to take some very high-value combos. We don't need to go to the power play points, even though Matthew Knies and Bobby McCann, this is one of the few times that the 5-forward power play without the defenseman is kind of working. And both Knies and McCann have numerous points in the last few games. If I'm not mistaken, Knies had a power play goal recently. Bobby McCann has a power play assist. So with the 5 forwards, the motion's a little different. I think both of those props are definitely worth to pick. But when it comes to the props, I like the fact that, we're not going to get the best at goalie. The value to me is more with Columbus. For the top line, I have, I'm still in the power play menu. Let me get the hell up out of here. Let's go back to the regular points. As you can see here, there's not a lot of value up there with the regular points. But the top line still has value for Columbus, pardon me. But what do I like here? Like I said, Moynihan is still not there. So in his place, Fantilli has played great these past 10 games. Now Columbus is on a 2-game winning streak after winning 7 of 8. And they haven't scored that much lately. But the line combinations, and like I said, after you get out of the top line, Matthews great 2-way forward, and you get away from the top line there. After you get away from that, I think there's viability, and both teams are decent at the penalties. When it comes to penalty minutes, both teams are in the middle. Columbus at 390, they're in the teens. Toronto at 364, they're in the teens. Toronto's right there average with an 80.5 penalty kill, but that's with the main two goals that they have with Wall and I forgot the other goalie slips. The other goalie name slipped my mind. But with Columbus, 74.2, 380, 390 in penalty minutes. That's why I like Nyes and McCann. But when it comes to the 5-on-5, and once again, Hiddleby has an over 3-goal average. And if I'm looking over here, what I do remember is, yes, that game was at home, and that was basically the beginning of the season. No power play goals, straight up beaten down 5-on-5. First, second, and third lines did all the damage. But like I said, these are totally two different teams from basically October 22nd. That's basically only a week and a half into the season. So, what do I like here? Value-wise, McCann, everybody loves McCann. He's just on a hot streak. He's been playing well the 3 games. Everybody's picking this prop. I say get it before it goes down. So I love Bobby McCann. I'm just gonna do it. Because he's plus 100, even with bad odds, he's on the power play, but he plays with Nylander. So you can try to correlate that into a 5-on-5 and a power play goal. Because if I'm not mistaken, you still get plus odds, with him and Nylander. You get, plus 123, even though Nylander is all the way at minus 295. So you can combo that, but I do like McCann by himself. But when it comes to the Columbus side, we'll go back again. When it comes to the points, yes, I love Fantilli. Voronkov is plus 152. Fantilli, Marchenko. If you do all 3 with Marchenko, it's plus 219. If you do Fantilli and just Marchenko, the fully correlation on 2 pairs, or it was plus 125. So you're getting plus money no matter what the combination on the top line. What I do like is with no Tavares, they're slightly weaker on the offensive end. On the defensive end, even though Tavares is mostly there for offensive purposes. So I think the way they have been playing the last 10, and like I said, it's a good stretch. Like I said, the team has cooled off. After 7 of 8, they lost 2 in a row. But I think this can get, I think there's a possibility that this can get a little crazy. So they play together, but they're split on the power play. Cole Sillinger's on 1, while Kent Johnson plays on the top power play. But if you combine them, and maybe they can get a little 5-on-5, I think it's definitely worth it. Cole Sillinger and Kent Johnson, and they could get these plays. They don't have to do a 5-on-5. Both power plays. I mean, obviously it's power play 1, but the second power play does score quite a bit. They do score quite a bit. They can score. So him and Kent Johnson together is plus 242. I like that there for that first game. When it comes to the Boston, New Jersey game, like I said, we're going against. Why not? Why not give a couple more power plays? I don't really see much value in point props with anybody, to be honest. I understand there's a couple of people you could combine in the minus with the minuses and everything, and then obviously with Jersey totally blitzed their lines. Their lines are totally weird. You got Jack Hughes on the top line with Paul Cotter, Nathan Bastian. Heischer's on the second line with Nason and Bratt now. And then you got Meyer with Justin Dowland and Dawson Mercer. He's the left winger on the third line. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really much correlation unless you're going to mess with a Heischer-Nosen line, 5-on-5, or Heischer-Nosen-Bratt for complete correlation. But what I'm going with, those 3 together, today's Jersey line 2 is plus 194. But, yeah, we got Boston. We got Florida. This is grade A power plays. We're going straight to the power play unit. And yes, once again, we got guys here that the value isn't that great. He sure is fine at 250. But I think it's just worth it. It's the team that the penalty kill is starting to even get worse. So we're going Nosen, we're going Hamilton. We're going to pick them for the power plays plus 370, plus 450. Before I dupe that prop, I want to make sure I didn't pick it already. Let's go to open. There goes Bobby McCann. And I'm going to show you why I also like that last game. This is why those 2 men are featured. Like I said, I don't like really much of the value for Boston and Jersey. Like I said, first in penalty minutes, they're 512 minutes. The penalty kill used to be 78, 77. It's dropped down to 75.9. They have given up in the past 5 games. In the past 5 games, 4 power play goals against. Jersey is 7th with 443, but they have a side penalty kill at 82.1. Last 5 games, they scored 3 power plays, 2 power play against, but Jersey has had problems scoring. Why do I like those props? And I think it's worth it. If you're gonna get, if there's anything to try and kickstart your offense, even in a bad matchup, because yes, they're not the same defensive shutdown, but Boston has the tendency to muddy it up. I just give Jersey the slight advantage because they're at home. They could manipulate the matchups, so that's why I like that. But to be honest, my favorite game is the Florida's Los Angeles game, and we have to attack the fact that we have the second most penalized team in the league in Florida, 499, just under 500, 78.8% penalty kill, 6 power play goals given up in the last 5, and they gave up one last night. So it's easy. Kopitar 290, Kempe 270. We're going with the Kopitar Kempe. I'm glad I got it at plus money. I woke up this morning, it was barely over plus. I think it was like plus 103. I came to work, it dropped to minus 108. It went back up. So no need to juice it with Kopitar Kempe with Kopitar with this says Kempe point. And then Fiala, he's actually my favorite pick. I could actually recommend. Like I said, LA's power play is struggling, but once again, they're gonna get a lot of chances to be better. Fiala, once again, like Ovechkin, like sometimes McKinnon, McDavid, he's playing on power play 1 or 2, so he gets both chances. I just wish his prop was a little higher, maybe 250 or more. But let's go to the cover guys. In the last couple of games, Verhaeghe, I like to take him plus. He's kind of like my Bobby McCann. He's the Bobby McCann today that nobody's talking about. For me, he's been in a bit of a funk. He's played pretty well he's getting power play time. He's playing well with Lundell. I like him for his point by himself. I also like him and Lundell for plus 235. Lundell by himself is 138. I have to add that because Lundell has also scored I think it's 3 points in the past 5 games. So I definitely like that. So I definitely got to add Lundell. He gets the second power play, doesn't play with Verhaeghe, but Lundell has been scoring lately, which is why I like both of them together, and they're both nice plus money props. I should be able to get in. Before I forget, that's exactly what I'm going to do. What do I have here? So we're going to get, matter of fact, let's close this. Let's get to that game because I already got it. It's a combo, and like I said, even though the Kings are good 5-5, they literally just got blitzed. As a team, they're doing well, but when you get quality people like Verhaeghe, and Lundell, even though as a team LA is playing well, Verhaeghe and Lundell are going to see the bottom 6. Now, can they run into that Danault Fiala line? Yes, that has been pretty decent defensively. Yeah, pretty decent defensively. They're not as good as the top 2 lines. So Lundell and Verhaeghe, without a doubt, can see the bottom 6. And there'll be times they'll see Fiala, Danault, and Trevor Moore. And then there's going to be times they're going to see the very bottom of the LA rotation. So we shall go to points just to get a full combo there. It will be nice if we get that combo. Because we get that combo, the 2 singles hit as well. Lundell, okay, in my notes from earlier, Lundell was plus 138, so he slightly dropped to plus 136. I'll just have to update that in my book. And I think I'm done for today, besides adding the Columbus props that I like. So we'll add the 10 here. So once again, we got third goalie in Hillaby, and we might have Danny Tarasov back up for Columbus, and that's why that game could potentially be ruckus. Because if people liked betting the game, they're gonna love it now, knowing the 2 goalies that will be at net. And there you go. That's what I got there today. So I got my power play props. Let's attack the number 1 and number 2 team in penalty minutes, and we're gonna go from there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for tuning in. I figured I'd get this done around 15 minutes. This is Great A Fantasy. Let's have another great day. This is Great A Fantasy, signing off.